Good afternoon, class 9 student. Just previous class we have completed Jainism or the Buddhism. Now we are going to start about the Mauryan Empire. What we are going to start about the Mauryan Empire. So topic is Mauryan Empire. What is topic? Mauryan Empire. Before the Mauryan Empire, on the Magda there was a powerful kingdom was known as the Nanda dynasty. Which dynasty? Nanda dynasty. So Nanda dynasty, the last ruler of the Nanda dynasty was Dhanananda. Who was the last ruler of Nanda dynasty? Dhanananda. And Dhanananda was defeated by Dhanananda was defeated by Chandragupta Maurya. In which year? 321 BC. So in 321 BC, just before there is old story, I am going to discuss about little bit. Not I cannot discuss too much because we have what is called less time for the videos. So now 326 BC, Alexander attacked on Punjab, and that time the king of Punjab was the Porus. So Porus asked help to Chanakya. There was one great personality of India. His name was the Chanakya. Other name was the Chanakya Vishnugupta or the Kautilya. So when Porus asked help to Chanakya, then Chanakya told automatically just India is a too much large country, and by making the unity, if you would fight it, we would fight against the Alexander. We could defeat to Alexander also. So what's called Chanakya went to Dhanananda for asking help. When Chanakya asked help, then instead of giving help, just Dhanananda insulted to Chanakya because he told, "You are a teacher, you can teach to the student, you cannot teach to the king. I am the king, I know to whom I should fight or to whom I should not fight." So even also that time Chanakya became angry and he started to search another personality for defeating the Dhanananda, and even also the battle between Porus and Alexander took place in 326 BC, and Alexander defeated to whom? So very soon, just Chandragupta Chanakya started to search a personality, and he got a personality that was known as the Chandragupta Maurya. And Chandragupta Maurya got all types of the training by the help of the Chanakya. And in 321 BC, he defeated to Dhanananda and established a Mauryan Empire in India that is known as the powerful kingdom of Magda Mauryan Empire. Even also there were many powerful ruler of the Mauryan Empire, and very famous in India, that is known as his grandson Ashoka. So we are going to discuss. Now I'll discuss about the sources of the Mauryan Empire. I am going to discuss sources of the Mauryan Empire. So there are two sources of the Mauryan Empire. How many sources? Two sources. One literary sources, another one is archaeological sources. Sources of Mauryan Empire. Two sources. Number one, literary sources. And number two, archaeological sources. Now, first, literary sources means the sources which have retained record. The sources which have retained record. Now, two important literary sources of the Mauryan Empire. Number one, Arthashastra. And number two, Indica. Arthashastra is written by Chanakya, and Indica is written by Megasthenes. So two important sources. Now first I am going to discuss about the Arthashastra. Arthashastra is written by whom? Chanakya. And Chanakya was a great scholar. Even also he was a professor. And Arthashastra is written in Sanskrit language. Which language? Sanskrit language. It was discovered in 1909. And when it was discovered, now the Arthashastra record is present available in English also. Now just we will discuss about what is called. We have discussed about the Arthashastra. Arthashastra is written in Sanskrit language. And what is called Chanakya was the prime minister advisor of the Chandragupta Maurya and his kingdoms, and Arthashastra deals with the political or economic condition of Mauryan Empire. Arthashastra discussed with the political or what is called administrative system of the Mauryan Empire and even also economic system of the Mauryan Empire. Now, just it deals with the politics or the administrative. Just I have discussed. This book was discovered in 1909. Already I have told. Now I'll discuss about the Indica. This book was written by Megasthenes. Already I have discussed, and even also it also gives the detailed information about the economic life, political life, or social life of the Mauryan Empire. Now I'll discuss about the archaeological sources. Archaeological sources. The sources which have monuments, old monuments, the sources which are like old monuments, even also temple and buildings or the palaces, these are known as the archaeological sources. So archaeological sources, edict of Ashoka, and this edicts of Ashoka is the most important source of the Mauryan. Now there are 14 major rock edicts and 7 pillar edicts for the Mauryan sources. There are 14 rock edicts and 7 pillar edicts. 7 pillar edicts. So these are, even also there are many minor what is called edicts or of the also known as the archaeological sources, but important just we will discuss about the Sanchi Stupa or Ashoka's edicts. So what is called 14 rock edicts and 7 pillar edicts. These are the very important sources. Now Sanchi Stupa, it is a semi-spherical solid dome, unburnt bricks and stones. It is a Sanchi Stupa is a semi-spherical solid dome, unburnt bricks and the stones made up of the special significance of it, and it represents the spiritual body of the Buddha, containing his relics such as hair, teeth and bones. Even also it means Sanchi Stupa give the detailed information about the Ashokas, and Ashokas followed the policy of the Buddhism. So it also mention about the what is called in the Sanchi Stupa some relics of the Buddhism. So next class we will discuss about the next. Thank you class.